Hey there, it's Stoane here with Wood & Stone. Today I want to introduce you to an absolute game changer for your table saw in your shop. It's going to cost you about $100 and an afternoon in the shop, and you leveled up your skills and what your shop is capable of. This is a crosscut sled. And what this allows you to do is make crosscuts. So what most people understand a table saw does is what's referred to as a rip cut, lengthwise cuts. So you're running your lumber or plywood through this direction. This is a crosscut. Most people use a miter saw to accomplish this. The problem is doing this on the table saw without support behind your piece causes it to want to twist. Super, super dangerous cut. Please don't do it. Spend an afternoon and put this mechanism together. This basically is a lumber in the front, lumber in the back, plywood on the bottom, and then we have two pieces on the bottom. These fit into your T-slots on your table saw. So where this fits, right here. This is what's called a T-slot. If you look at the bottom, it looks kind of like an upside down T. Splurge on buying the metal pieces, don't use lumber. The reason is the lumber expands and contracts. So you want that to be snug in your T-slot, and if it expands, now it's too tough, you go to correct that by cutting a little bit off, and then it shrinks as the weather changes, and now it's too loose. So if you get the metal, less expansion and contraction, splurge on that part. On your plywood and your lumber, doesn't have to be anything special other than you want it flat because that allows you to hold your pieces perpendicular to your blade. And on the bottom of your material, that's your sheet good here on the bottom, you can get pre-laminated sheet good that might run a little bit easier across your table saw top, or put a nice finish, sand it and put a nice finish on the bottom to reduce friction going back and forth. But basically what you do with this piece is you mark it like you would, mark your piece like you would on a table saw, slide that piece right in here, you got your mark here, and then your table saw blade comes through here, and you push this forward with plenty of support behind your piece. That's not all. This thing will allow you to do things like tip your piece up on end, put a clamp on it so that that's not moving, nice and solid, and then you can run this through, and this is how we do, like with a dado blade or even just a blade with multiple passes, you can do rabbets, you can do dados, you can do box joints. So this is like really a game changer for your shop, and why I encourage in my book, like get the table saw, make your crosscut sled, use a crosscut sled to make an outfeed table / workbench. Now you're ready to get in all kinds of trouble in the shop. So in closing, I teach hundreds of students every year, and they all ask, how do you get started? And the answer is table saw, crosscut sled. You can buy a lot of these pieces pre-cut, or you can ask to have them cut wherever you're buying the lumber at. And then the rails, the metal rails, we'll put a link in the description. I get those at Woodcraft. Please splurge on the metal rails. You'll save yourself a lot of headaches on that one. And then check out my video on the outfeed table / workbench. You do those things, table saw, crosscut sled, workbench. Now you're ready to get in trouble. And you've leveled up not only yourself and your skills and gained confidence with the new table saw that you've built, but now your shop is actually ready to do a whole bunch more stuff. That's where I would start. This is exactly how I would start a shop. It's cheap. You have a reason to get into the shop. So get out there and get in the shop. Make some sawdust. If you like what you're seeing here, please like and subscribe.